Hello and welcome to Yoga Yama series, Yoga Yama number 2. This is Satya truthfulness. So today we will focus on that yoga principle during our practice. And the way that I'd like to do that is to examine the ways in perhaps we are not being as honest with ourselves as maybe we could be. So many times, and we've all done this, many times we go through a yoga asana practice. And if you're at a class, you may be looking around the class at the other students and seeing their version of that pose. And then you think to yourself, well, I'm going to do that no matter what. I don't care what it feels like. I'm just going to do it because that's what I should be doing. And that is a really, really dishonest way to practice your yoga. So today, I really invite you to tune in to the wisdom of your body, listen to the sensations that come up, and those sensations can be emotionally or physically. Listen to that, what comes up for you, and really be honest with that. So, for example, when you are going into a pose and you feel that maybe, although you'd like to have the pose go a certain way, if it's just not going to go that way for you today, that's fine. Let that honesty settle and honor your body in a very authentic way. Now, sometimes feelings can come up during asana practice, and those feelings can be anywhere from elation to sadness to release. Whatever comes up, I invite you to welcome those feelings. Go with those feelings with non-judgment and non-ego, and be completely honest with yourself in order to nurture that part of you. So, excited to get started today. Let's go ahead and start our Satya practice. Okay, let's go ahead and begin in a seated position on the mat of your choosing. You can be crisscross at the ankles or one foot in front of the other. Sit up on a block or some books or a towel if that helps. And just settle into our easy seat here. Let's just try to go ahead and settle into our breath and be aware of that connection to the body. So go ahead and rest your hands on your thighs, your knees. And if you feel comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes or just take a soft gaze down to the floor. Inhale very, very deeply. Thinking about the breath entering your body, and exhale very slowly. 4 more breaths. Inhale. Feel the sensation of the air as it enters your nostrils. Exhale. Feel the heat of the air as it exits. Inhale. Feel the expansion of the chest. Exhale. A sweet release. One more. Inhale. And exhale. From here, we're going to go ahead and take a little twist by straightening both arms and dropping that right shoulder forward and to the left. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Take it to the other side. Left shoulder over to the right. Inhale, straight spine. Over to the left once more, pressing that shoulder down, feeling a nice stretch in that side body. Inhale back to center, over to the left, planting those sit bones firmly to the mat, not allowing them to come up. Inhale, back to center. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Shoulders up and down the back. Forward up to the ears and around and down the back. Think of them doing little circles. Forward and back and down away from the ears. Feels so good. Okay, let's go ahead and come to hands and knees for our tabletop position. Wrists are under the shoulders. Knees are under the hips. Here we are. Taking a little bit of a cat-cow from here. Let's inhale the chest forward and the hips up. Cow pose. Exhale, round the belly in, pulling the abs in, arching that upper back, pulling the chin to the chest. Cat pose. Inhale, chest reaches forward. Exhale, round it down. One more, reach it forward. Inhale, tailbone up, chest forward. Exhale, round. Go ahead and come on up to the knees, and we're going to go into our gate pose. I'll turn so you can watch, but for gate pose, we'll take our right leg out to the side, left leg hip over the knee, sliding that hand down the extended leg, opposite arm up and over. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Inhale, reach one more time. And exhale, back to center. Bring that knee in and we'll take it to the other side. Left leg out long. Right arm up and over. Inhale. Exhale, slide that left hand down that leg. Look up to the ceiling. Inhale, reach. Exhale, soften into that stretch. Back to center. Bring the knees together. Plant the palms. Walk the palms out a little ahead of the shoulders. Curl the toes under and send it up to downward facing dog. Inhale and sigh it out. Inhale and sigh it out. Don't be shy. One more time. Inhale, make some noise. Exhale, sigh. From here, go ahead and take baby steps up to the top of the mat. And we're into our ragdoll fold. Folding forward, belly to the thighs, clasping those elbows and letting that head hang heavy. Trying to keep that spine straight and breathing here. Inhale, lead with the chest, reach up to the sky, volcano pose. Bring the palms together, pointer fingers up, taking Kali Mudra. Bringing the palms down to heart center. Kali Mudra symbolizes a sword that cuts through all the non-truth, your non-truth, cuts through the crap, the bullshit, the things that are not true for you. Release your hands down, reach up to the sky, inhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Fold forward once more. And back up to standing. Arms up to the sky. Look up. Hands to heart center. Kali Mudra. Let's take that 2 more times. Go ahead and reach down. Arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Fold it down forward. Belly to the thighs. Knees are bent. Inhale. Halfway lift. And exhale. Fold. Inhale, leading with the chest all the way up. Kali Mudra to the heart space. One more. Inhale up. Folding forward. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold it down. This time plant the palms and step the right foot back, then the left foot back to downward facing dog. Hips up high, knees are bent. Make your down dog your down dog. Where are you today? Be honest. Let your honesty come through in your practice. Acknowledge where you are in your practice today and honor that. Downward facing dog, pressing through those arms, rotating those arm bones forward. Elbow creases forward, heels toward the mat. Belly towards the thighs. From here, go ahead and lift the right leg high. Shift forward and step up between the palms. Gathering that strength, your inner strength. You are strong. You can do this. Pull that energy up from the mat, up to high lunge. Arms reach for the sky. Inhale. Exhale to warrior two. Pivot that back foot parallel to the mat, the short edge of the mat, reaching those arms opposite directions. Warrior two. Reach forward, scoop that air up. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Clasping those hands behind your back, pulling those arms down, shoulders down, moving into humble warrior. Humble warrior, leaning forward, keeping that spine straight, and bringing that right shoulder next to the right knee. Bringing those fingers up to the sky, breathing. Come back up. Back to warrior two. Send it back down to downward facing dog. Right leg up to the sky. Hinge forward and step between the palms. Rising up, high lunge. Pull that energy. Imagine the energy coming up from the mat and shooting out through your fingertips up to the sky. High lunge. Inhale, grow tall, shoulders away from the ears, sinking a little lower into that front knee. Front knee over front ankle. Shift that back foot into parallel to the short edge of your mat and send it to warrior two. Gazes over your front fingers. Sinking low into that front bent knee. You can take a look down. See if that knee is tracking right over your toes. Knee over the ankle. Inhale, lean forward and scoop that air right up and over to peaceful warrior, reverse warrior. Inhale back to warrior two. Take those hands, clasp them behind your back. Take that Kali Mudra, point your finger pointing down. Pressing those hands down and away, pulling those shoulders down, coming into our humble warrior, moving into hinging forward at our hips, bringing that left shoulder next to the left inner knee. Bringing those hands up and over as far as you can go. And remember to be honest with yourself. You can stay here, or you can just let your hands come down. It's totally up to you where you go. Be honest with your body where you are, and that's perfectly fine. Go ahead and rise up. Warrior two. Bring it down, frame the foot, step back to downward facing dog. Excellent job. Lower the knees and come into child's pose. Knees can be together or wide. Yogi's choice here. And let's just take a moment here. Take a moment to set an intention, perhaps, for your practice. Maybe to explore a mantra and think about truth. Are you able to speak your truth? Are you able to live your truth? What can you do to be truthful with yourself and honor yourself today? Go ahead and come back up and send it back up to downward facing dog. This time we're going to go ahead and take a side plank. Go ahead and shift your weight to the right arm onto the blade edge knife edge of your feet, and reach that left arm up to the ceiling, bringing those hips high and breathing here. How are you doing? I'm shaking. I'm wobbling. I'm feeling strong, but I am shaking. It's not easy. And bring it down. Let's take it to the other side. Shift your weight to the other side, other arm, other foot. Go ahead and reach up to the sky, shifting that weight back into your back area. So like you're leaning against a wall, gazing up. Top foot can be stacked, one in front of the other, or even just as a kickstand. Where are you today? Be honest and truthful with yourself, because where you need to be, only you know. Bring it back down. Downward facing dog. Great job. From here, go ahead and lift the right leg high and step it up once more between the palms. Gathering that strength one more time. Pulling that up. High lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, settle into that front knee. Front knee over front ankle. Reaching high. Hands to heart center. You can take Kali Mudra here once more. Shifting weight into that front foot. And we're going to step up for some balance poses. Now, balance poses can bring us insight and let our truth shine through. Whatever that is, honor it. Go ahead and bring your knee up and in. Balancing here. Shift forward, going into warrior 3. Shifting forward at the hips, sending that lifted leg back and out, creating a line long of energy parallel to the floor, crown of the head through the tips of the toes, shaking and wobbling. And if you fall out, no worries. That's perfectly fine and perfectly normal. Just gather yourself and try again. Inhale and breathe here, sucking the belly in for stability. Inhale, go ahead and rise back up very slowly, bringing that knee in. Woo, if you can. In and up. And taking it to your tree pose. You can have your foot on the mat as a kickstand, heel to the ankle area, up to the inner calf, or all the way up to the inner thigh, pressing that knee outward wherever it is, gazing steady, finding your drishti, your focal point, your focus, and breathing here. How are you feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. A little shaky today, but that's all right. Every day is different, and I'm going to honor that. Okay, release your tree pose and bring that knee back up. We're going for a little twist here. Bringing the knee up, taking the right hand to the outer lifted knee and reaching that left hand back to the back of the mat. Twisting at the torso, keeping the hips square to the front of the mat, and maybe taking your gaze to the side or even back to the back of the room. Whatever works for you today for your standing twist. Come on back to center and release. Whew, shake that out. Okay, reach down up to the ceiling and forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back, number 7, pulling those hamstrings, feeling that nice stretch. Inhale, exhale, plant the palms, step it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up to the ceiling. Hinge forward and step between the palms. You know where we're going now. High lunge, gather the energy up, reaching for the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, sink into that front bent leg. Breathing here, keeping the knee over the ankle, tracking over those toes. You can take your Kali Mudra once more, cutting through any of the non-truths we tell ourselves about what poses should look like, what poses should feel like, and living in your body today and nowhere else. Go ahead and gather your focus. We're going into our lifted knee, Balancing on that left foot. Breathing here and gathering our focus. Going into our warrior three, going to send that lifted leg back. And bringing the body and the foot now. Every side's different. See, I fell out, and that's okay. You'll always find one side is better than the other. If you fall out, that's where the growth happens. So be grateful for that. Go ahead and bring the body and the leg parallel to the mat if you can. If not, that's perfectly fine as well. Just give it a try. Breathing. Coming back up to stand. Bringing that in, knee up. And then coming into our tree pose. Tree pose can be wherever you want it to be today. Whatever suits you today. Listen to your body's truth, your body's wisdom. Honor that. Come into your tree pose. Wherever you are in your tree pose, press that knee outward. Tailbone down, abdomen in, shoulders down and away from the ears. Focusing, concentrating, gathering that focus and concentration. And breathe here. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Great job. Release that tree pose and bring that knee up and in. We're going for our standing twist. Go ahead and reach the left hand outside to the outside of that right knee. Go ahead and bring that right arm back to the back of the room, twisting at the hips, keeping the hips in line with the front edge of your mat, and twisting really at the torso here, taking it as far as you'd like, gazing wherever suits you today. Could be just to the side, could be all the way back to the back of the room, which is an added challenge. So be honest. Take it where you think is more beneficial to you. Inhale and exhale. Release. Tadasana. Great job. Great job, everyone. From here, let's go ahead and reach for the sky and bring it down. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Step it back to plank pose. And send it back to downward facing dog. This time, lift the right leg up high. 3-legged dog, pressing into those palms evenly. Hinging forward, bringing that knee in. Coming into pigeon pose. Placing that right knee behind the right ankle, or the right knee behind the right wrist. And planting the top of that back foot down, inching it back and back and back. Taking your pigeon pose to wherever suits you. And you can either stay up high, bring your arms down to the mat, lie flat if you'd like, enjoying that stretch to the right glute, outer hip. 3 breaths. Walk the hands back in. Curl the back toes under and send it back up to three-legged dog. Inhale, exhale, release. Taking it to the other side. Lift the left leg high, three-legged dog. Hinging forward and bringing that knee in behind the left wrist. Inch that back foot back to bring those hips down. Remember, you can always use a prop if you need to. You can use a cushion or a block to sit up on if you'd like, if that helps you. Make it work for you. Wherever you are, that's beautiful. Stay up high, come down to the forearms, or all the way down to the mat. Your choice. Tap into your truth today. Where are you? Two more breaths. Coming back up and sending it to downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk to the top of the mat and go ahead and come down and squat down to a nice toe balance here. This is actually a toe squat. Bring your knees low, your spine straight, and again, using your focus, pulling that belly in for stability, and remembering wherever you're shaking, wherever you're wobbling, is exactly where your attention and appreciation should go. Because those are the things, those are the places that are actually needing the attention they're getting. Right now I'm wobbling and I'm really grateful for that. Inhale here and sit back. Go ahead and rock back and begin rocking up and down your spine here. Rocking up and down, giving yourself a nice massage on that spine. Feels so good. This is one of my favorite things to do in my yoga practice. The next time you are up and sitting, go ahead and bring the toes, feet to the mat. Knees are bent. We're going into boat pose. So, boat pose can look like many things. We can stay right here. Long spine, toes barely touching the mat. We can raise the shins up parallel to the mat. Staying here if this suits you. Working here, and this is very valuable. You can reach forward if you'd like, or if you want to take it further, you can go ahead and lengthen the legs straight on an exhale. Pulling that belly in, trying to pull that chest forward. It's not the easiest thing to do. Knees straight. Breathe here. Bring it back in. Very slowly. Lower those legs. And sigh it out. Good job. Bring the soles of the feet together for Cobbler's pose. Cobbler's pose is great for stretching that groin area, the inner thighs. Sitting up tall and looking down at your sweet feet. A lot of times we don't think of our feet much. And maybe we don't even like our feet. Lots of people don't like feet, or their own feet for that matter. But whatever the case is, take a solid minute here to appreciate your sweet, sweet feet. that work so hard for you every single day without recognition, without even a second thought, really. Take your fingers, give your soles of your feet a nice little massage there, and be grateful for them. Go ahead and sit up tall in your cobbler's pose, feeling that nice stretch. From here, go ahead and place both legs long into our Dandasana, staff pose. Staff pose, legs are straight out in front of us, spine is long, belly's in, shoulders down. And take your Kali Mudra once more. Clasp those hands, pointer fingers forward. And remember, this is symbolizing a sword to cut through all the bullshit. Really, all the crap that isn't true, that what I call your inner asshole tells you. The things that say the non-truth in your life, the things that creep in that just aren't true. So go ahead, take your Kali Mudra and begin to roll back to a lying position, bringing that sword up and over, cutting through all the mistruth so that you can see the real deal, the real you, the real truth, the beautiful truth of you. Here we are. Go ahead and bring those knees into the chest. Start to do pretty big circles with your knees. You can go one direction and feel that really nice massage in the flank area, the upper glute area. Go slow so you can tune in and you can really feel that. Once you've gone a couple times around one way, then reverse your circle and go the other way. Pulling those knees in and then forward. Now, pull them in. Go into our supine twist. Left leg long, right leg pulled in, knee pulled in. Reaching that right arm out, stretched, gaze over those fingers, anchoring those shoulder blades down to the mat and twisting the knee over to the left, letting it fall where it may. Letting it fall where it feels good. Inhale. Exhale, soften and fall. Exhale, back to center. Hug the knees in once more. Right leg long. We'll take it to the other side. Left arm outstretched. Gaze over those fingers. Planting the shoulder blades firmly underneath you to the mat. And twisting and bringing that left knee over to the right. Inhaling and exhaling, softening. Inhale, soften, and fall into the exhale. Exhale back to center. Pull those knees in, and if there's any last movements that would feel good to you at this point, go ahead and take those. Maybe a happy baby, your choice. And then when you're ready, go ahead and stretch your legs out long. Bring your arms to the sides, to your sides. Snuggle those shoulder blades under you and settle into a nice, comfortable Shavasana. Shavasana, very difficult pose. Very difficult because one of the hardest things in the world that we live in is to settle in stillness, focus on our practice, maybe focus on your breath, maybe bring your attention to a mantra. I am truthful. I honor my truth. My truth is valuable. Relax your forehead, your cheeks, your tongue in your mouth. Let your shoulders fall softly and naturally. Your arms, your hands, let them relax and let your fingers curve naturally as they do. Relaxing your core, your legs, and letting your feet fall in the natural position. Shavasana. One minute here, and I'll let you know when it's time to come out. If you're craving a longer Shavasana, I encourage you to take that, pause the video. Otherwise, roll onto one side and press up very slowly to a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me today for this Satya practice, looking at our truth, remembering that your truth is the most valuable thing that you have, or one of the most valuable things that you have, and it should be honored and cared for. I hope that you can carry this feeling that you may have cultivated during this visit throughout your day. Namaste, and I'll see you next time.